Okay, this video podcast today is going to be about the 2025 SEO recipe for local businesses. I do this almost every year just because the sort of recipe changes a little bit. It hasn't changed dramatically in the last year or year and a half. Google had a bunch of algorithm updates last year, but overall the things that you need to do remain the same. Is a general rule. What we're going to talk about today is stuff that if you're a local business owner, this is talking about local results. So it's local search. It's totally different than if you're trying to rank nationally. For local businesses, these are techniques that you can use yourself to help your business rank higher in search results and your Google business profile. Let's get started. So the 2025 Google Pie is sort of all of that. I call it that. These are the things that you need to do in order to rank well in local search results. These are the near me searches, or AC repair or Orlando, Florida, AC repair Atlanta, Georgia. Massage therapist near me, chiropractor Raleigh, North Carolina, that kind of thing. Those are the searches that we're trying to target here. There's a lot of little pieces that go into this thing. There's generally considered to be sort of 7 things: the Google business, your content, your reviews, links, behavioral, citations, and personalization. Links, behavioral, citations, and personalization, those are pretty fussy. And so your typical person that's trying to run a business and sort of do this stuff on their own, or also, I should say, if you have a vendor that's doing this for you, or an employee that's doing this for you, this is a way that you can kind of make sure that the things that are being done for you are things that are appropriate to what needs to happen for you to rank. So if you look at the 3 biggest pieces of this pie, though, it's not the technical kind of fussy stuff. It's Google business. It's content, both mostly on your website, but also content in your Google business, and then reviews, posting reviews and responding to reviews and requesting reviews from customers. So we're going to go through all of that stuff, kind of how to do it. So let's get started. So the first thing is the Google business profile. Originally was Google Maps, and then it was Google My Business. Now it's Google Business Profile. It hasn't changed in the last few years, and so maybe they've settled on Google Business Profile. But if for some reason it's not that, please forgive me. At the time of recording, that's what it was called. It was called Google Business Profile, and it's often, if you get SEO reports from a vendor, it's often abbreviated GBP. So the first thing, the ingredients to making sure that your Google Business Profile is working for you is to claim and complete your profile. So let's look at that. This change, like everything Google, it changes all the time. So I recommend just go in, Google in how do I claim my Google business listing. And I apologize for my typing there. And there we go. So you're going to find something. Basically, you go in, you search for your business. When you find your business in the Google business result, or in the Google business profile, search for it by name. You should have a little link there that says claim this business. If it's been claimed before, you're going to get a prompt that says this business is already managed by, and it's going to give you a truncated email address. So it'll give you the first 4 or 5 letters of an email address, and then maybe the last few letters of it's truncated. You can usually kind of tell what it is if it's an email address that's familiar to you. It's not uncommon for us to start working with companies that someone has claimed the Google Business Profile in the past, and they don't know who it is. They don't have access to the email. Google still has ways that you can get the Google Business Profile. You can get admin access to the Google Business Profile. It's just going to take a little bit longer. But don't fret. You can go in, you can request, and in over a couple of weeks, you might have to file some requests with their support and things like that. But we've managed to get access to Google Business Profiles that we didn't have access to the email address. So Again, Google it. You can hire somebody to try to do this for you. There are firms out there that specialize in Google business and getting your listing sort of in control and going. So this, once you get it claimed and you've got it, you're logged into your Google account that has access to the Google business profile. Go back and Google your business again, and you're going to see a bunch of new navigation items appeared at the top of the profile over there on the left. Here they are. It's edit profile, read reviews, the different things. The first thing to do is edit your profile, go through, make sure everything that's in it, every place that you can put things that are appropriate to your business description, the types of business that you do, the locations that you service, your hours, anything that you can have that's appropriate to your business, put it in there. Google loves to have fully fleshed out Google business profile so that they can, number one, if you have that, it indicates to them that you are a responsible business owner that is trying to help people that are looking for your services. You can imagine that Google has who knows how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of businesses just in the United States that they're trying to figure out when somebody queries something, what's the best business to provide them, that's going to be responsible, it's going to be responsive, that's going to do good work, and your Google business profile, putting the stuff in there, it shows them that you are using their products, that you recognize value in the Google products, and it definitely helps. The other thing in your Google business profile, in the description, try to use some words that indicate what you do. So in this case, it's a pest control company. Try to use pest control, termite control, exterminator, some things like that. You don't want to make it spammy and keyword stuff it or anything like that. But definitely put some keywords in there that are related to specifically what you do. So the next thing is make regular posts. A lot of people don't realize that you can post to your Google business profile exactly like you post to Facebook and Instagram. It is something that most people don't see, but it is a really good way for you to continue telling Google directly, we're using your products, we value Google My Business or the Google business profile, and then to put keywords and locations in your posts if possible. So let's take a look at this. So this is what a post looks like. It's this image over here, right? And then this content here. It sits next to the map result. So here's what the post is. It is actually it does look like these days it's definitely good to have text over the photo. So if you have a graphic designer that's working for you, although, I mean, these days there's so many good ways to do this online, you can probably do it yourself. But it does look like Google likes to see this kind of thing, and they are maybe reading the text that's on there. So termites can wreak havoc on your property, leading to costly repairs. That's why universal pest control. So we'll just run through termites. We've got termites there. We've got pest control there. We've got termite exterminators there. We've got termites again. Termites for this pest control company is a really good it's a really good lead for them, and so we like to get termites in there slightly more than we get the other stuff. We still get pest control and all the different other things that they do, but we definitely lean a little bit more towards termites because it's a very profitable thing for them. And where they're located in Central Florida, there's a lot of termites. So all right. So where are the posts? Over here down at the bottom where it says latest updates, this is where they are. If you've never seen them in here, I'm not surprised. Most people don't ever notice that they're there. Largely what you're doing is you are communicating to people that potentially are really vetting your business, because the very first place that people often interact with your business is in the Google business profile. They go in, they read your reviews, maybe they read these posts. Then they go to the website, so that you can kind of think the Google business profile as the sort of new front page of your website. So this is where they're at. The value of putting them in there is really, a lot of it is just using Google's products, putting posts in there, putting keywords in there that Google can identify kind of who you are, because they want to know. I mean, they want to know, okay, what do these guys do? And you can put it in the description and all the services you provide and stuff like that. But regularly updating this profile is a way to indicate to them that you're responsive, you're going to answer the phone, and you're going to get out and do service quickly, which they want to recommend companies that do that. So post regular photos of your services and geotag all photos and posts in photo uploads. So the photos are here, see photos. It used to be that you could just kind of put whatever, if you've got an office dog or something like that, it's Christmas time and you got a Santa hat or something, that was fine. But a few years ago, it became possible for Google, the artificial intelligence that kind of largely runs their algorithm and stuff like that, could look at the photos and figure out what they were, possibly figure out where they were. So it's important to choose photographs that are representative of what the business is that you do and what business that you want to, to have Google Business represent you, like show you in search results for. So if you're an AC repair company, a picture of someone doing an installation, doing a repair, a picture of a new thermostat that you're installing, pest control, somebody performing a pest control, possibly a building with a tent on it, massage therapy, a picture of a massage table, chiropractor, somebody getting adjusted, those kind of things. I don't think there's anything wrong with having the office dog here and there, but definitely the vast majority of the pictures that you want to include in Google Business should be the services that you're offering. And if you can just upload, just a few pictures a month, you don't have to put text or anything on these. They can just be a picture. You can click add photo there. You can click add photo here or here. It brings up a drag and drop. It's really pretty straightforward. One thing is if the photos are too small, they won't take them. So it's really generally not the case these days with the smartphones. Take just gigantic photos. So you're probably fine with just uploading right from what you've got on your phone. As far as geotagging them, so you can put data into a JPEG that's called EXIF data, which allows you to put longitude and latitude into the photo. You can find online services that do this. There are software packages that do it. I'm on a Mac. I'm sure there's some for PC. If you were technically comfortable sort of setting up a situation where you can put longitude and latitude of your location or of the location of the service, if you took the photo with your phone, there's a good chance that the phone is putting the longitude and latitude information in there anyway. So just use the stuff from your phone. Google strips it out before they show it in your profile, so you don't have to worry about people going to wherever the photo was taken. There is data that they are a data company, and that's basically what they do is collect data about websites and people and things like that, businesses. So there's a good chance that they're reading the information and they're storing it, but they don't, for privacy purposes, they don't put it on the photo once it goes out into the world. So you don't have to worry about that. It's just if it's something that you can figure out how to do, there's some value in doing it. So how to geotag photos? Again, just Google this. There's a lot of different ways to kind of do it. And so let's keep going. The 2025 Google Pie. The next one is content. So this is sort of the content ingredients. So it's experience, expertise, authority, and trust. It used to just be expertise, authority, and trust, but so now it's really important that the content that you write is helpful. And so you want there to be, you want it to solve a problem. So if you're an AC company, because that's one that I think pretty much everybody's dealt with it one time or another, whether they know anything about AC or not, and your AC freezes up. Writing an article about what that might be, that that your drain line is clogged up, for instance. Just solve some kind of a problem. It needs to be written for a specific search term. There's a lot of different ways that you can figure out what search terms are. One of the ways is just to Google something like AC repair or massage therapist near me. Like a little bit further down the page, there will be people also searched for. That's Google telling you kind of the more popular search words or search phrases that people use when they're looking for the service that you're searching for. So just make a note of those, put them in a notepad or a spreadsheet or something on your desktop. And when you're writing this content, just make sure that it's appropriate to that. And that's a good place to keep stuff that you're going to be putting into your Google Business Profile posts as well. So it should be also read at a 9th grade level. It should be over 800 words long. It should use short sentences and paragraphs, and it should use images. And the images should be specific to what the service is. It's these days, the first time I started doing these, the artificial intelligence was not as good, anywhere near as good as writing as it is now. It's pretty tempting to use ChatGPT or one of the other, Claude or any of the different ones that write really great content. To use it for this, but it's not wise. It's okay because it can negatively impact your search results. It's okay to use it to generate ideas for articles. It's okay to use it as to generate kind of an outline for the article. But I would generally stop there and if you're going to use it to write an actual article, and this actually goes for the Google Business Posts as well, you can use it to sort of get you started and get an idea of what it is that you should write. But it's very important that you go in and rewrite, make sure that it's all true. The different artificial intelligence, they don't always know when what they're saying is false, that it's appropriate to your business, that the voice, the way that it sounds like it is in the area that you're in, that the words that it's using and things are all appropriate to kind of how you would speak about your own business. So expertise, so that's the experience. The expertise is largely, it's the social media profile. It's if it's a WordPress site and there's lots of WordPress, if your business's website is a WordPress site, and there's a lot of them out there, you can have a little bio that includes social media links. Definitely put them in there. If you have in the social media, or if you have any industry certifications or anything like that, put those in there. Those are all valuable for Google kind of figuring out how much of an expert you are in the subject matter that you're talking about. Authority is how authoritative your site is in the area. It's sort of an odd metric, but there's a number associated with it. Links from other local entities like chambers of commerce, churches are a really good one. Not-for-profits. One of the pest control companies we work with does pre-treats for Habitat for Humanity. If you have something like that and you can get a link from that not-for-profits website to your website, there's value in that as it builds the authority score for your website. And the last thing is how trustworthy is your site. Basically have an SSL, make sure that it's working, set it to auto update so it doesn't expire on you. And then try to get good reviews on Google Business, which leads us to the next part of the pie, which is the 13%, which is reviews. So ask for reviews from happy customers. We'll show you kind of an easy, quick and easy way to do that. But it's important that you, when you have like any kind of back and forth with a customer that's happy, whether it's email or it's text or it's in person, always ask for that review. It is so valuable to get as many of those reviews as you can get. They're very hard. It's hard to get people that are happy. It's very easy to get people that are angry to leave you a review. But to get happy customers to stop and leave you a review, there are services out there that do this now. Look in to see if you can find one that does what it is, that basically makes it easier and more likely for people to leave you a review. I want to look here real quick. So there's a place that you can do this pretty quickly. So in your Google Business Profile, in that nav up at the top, there's the reviews, and then there's this link. It says get more reviews, and you can copy that. What that link does is if someone clicks it, it opens up Google. If they're logged in, which they likely are, if they have a Google account, there's a good chance that they're logged in. It opens up the Google Business your Google Business Profile, and then beyond that, it opens up the modal where they start typing their review. They click the 5 stars, they start typing and say, hey, I had a really great service call from XYZ air conditioning company. My technician was fantastic, super professional, explained everything, yada, yada, yada. Makes it more likely that they're going to do that. Then use it wherever you can. In this case, we got a little business card that says "Sorry to be a pest," and it's got a QR code on there that people can scan. It'll go right to it'll open right in their phone. Leave us a review in the email signature. I will say, if you're having a negative back and forth with a customer that's unhappy, then I would take the leave a review out of there, because there's people are so motivated when they're unhappy with service to leave a scathing review. So I would recommend, take it out when you're talking to somebody. And then on your website, if you've got a reviews page, leave us a review on the page so that it's easy for people to, one click and leave your review. So respond to reviews, good or bad. So obviously good reviews, you want to respond. Bad reviews, you should also respond. So let's talk about bad reviews first, because it can be really difficult to respond to these. And a lot of times the business owners are very upset. They feel like they're being misrepresented, and it reflects poorly on their business, and it's going to follow them around their Google business profile. It can be really frustrating. There's kind of an upside to it. People that are looking at your business are going to kind of expect that you have a handful of negative reviews. So first of all, there's nothing wrong with having a few negative reviews. If you have too many, obviously that's a real negative, and you should maybe start looking at, what's going on in the business that, do we have a technician that's not being polite or not providing the proper services or something like that. But in most cases, you're just going to get a negative review once in a while. The value of responding to it is mostly to talk to the next person that is going to be coming to choose your service, to decide if whether or not you're going to be, the business that they choose to do whatever local service they're looking for. Everybody understands that that businesses are made up of people, and people aren't perfect. And that's really kind of what we generally lead with. In the example that I'm using here, this is a landscaping company, and he had to turn down someone that was trying to give him business because he was contractually obligated to do a huge job. And he had timelines that he had to meet and things like that. And so he just didn't feel like he could do a good job for that customer at that time. And so he basically said, thank you for calling us, but we can't do this service. And they got upset about that, and they left him a 1-star review. And so we just said, hey, the timing on this was really unfortunate, and kind of explain it and say, hey, we hope someone was able to provide a solution for you. And that's generally a good way to do it. So use keywords in your responses whenever possible. So let's take a look at that. So here's a 5-star review that one of our AC customers had. This was a legit review of the person that left it, and they did actually use a lot of keywords in it. Air conditioner. Palm Coast is a geographic area that's a municipality that's close to their location. Fix my air conditioner is in there. That's all really good. When we respond, you don't want to keyword stuff it, is what the sort of SEO term for it is, where it's like super spammy. And I think everybody remembers kind of the days when every page on a website would have like bullet lists of 30 keywords at the bottom because it was helping them rank at Google. You cannot do that kind of stuff anymore. But in your response, there's value in just putting a keyword in there. So we said, we're so glad we were able to help with the AC repair. We'll be sure to let Gary know that you're pleased with your service provided. One thing recently with the rise of the services that request reviews from repeat customers, we noticed something funny. We always used to put, if somebody called out their technician by name, we would always respond with the technician's name and say, we'll be sure to let Gary know. And when someone would go back out, in the case I'm thinking of, it was a female tech, and her name was Brenda. And so the person replaced the review from Gary and said, oh, Brenda did great. Well, of course, we didn't know that, and it would be impossible for us to stay on top of that. And so the 5-star review called out how great Brenda was, but then the response was, like, we'll be sure to let Gary know. So it looked very, very strange. So we don't do that anymore as a standard rule of thumb. We'll just put basically something in there. We'll be sure to let the technician know that you were very happy with their service. Because we don't know if it's going to be a male or a female, we're not going to use his service or her service. We're just going to say their service, so that we, we're kind of covered in any event. If you can put a geographic in there, like Palm Coast or Daytona or Orlando or Atlanta or Raleigh or whatever, naturally, go ahead and do it. But don't do it if it's not going to be natural. If it's going to sound spammy and come off kind of weird, don't, just leave it out. It's fine. You don't have to have it in there. So that's pretty much it. That's those are the ingredients to getting your local business, stuff that you can do yourself to get your local business to rank higher up in the Google Business Map Pack, which is the Google Business profiles that are appropriate to the search that they're doing. And if you have the ability to put content on your site and want content on your website and do that on a regular basis, a big chunk of it for local businesses is just writing good content on your site. I know that in many cases when we're researching a potential new customer, we'll go look for things called long tail keywords that are something like pest control company Ormond Beach, and that there will be almost no difficulty in ranking for that. All you have to do is write good content and you're probably going to start ranking. So it's something to think about, but you can get almost halfway there with just your Google Business profile being completely filled out, posting regularly to it, putting pictures up, and then asking for reviews and responding to the reviews, either good or bad. That'll get you almost halfway there, and it's definitely going to help. We have watched clients that started doing this for themselves based sometimes on this presentation, and we'll go back a few months later and we'll look at the graph in Google Analytics or in some other tools that show us how many results they're getting in maps and like where they're appearing in map listings. And you can see that it really does work. That when you start putting this content, thoughtful content, into Google Business Profile and into your reviews, you're going to start ranking higher in that Google Maps. And that is where people most often begin making a decision about who they're going to work with as a local business. And you want to be that person. So thanks for listening today, and good luck with it.